Jeulia here. Welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk about total 10 out of 10 head turners. I'm in love with them. I can't wait to share them with you. But before we get started, if you haven't subscribed, just go ahead and hit that button. Join the Weird and Wonderful family. It would be amazing to have you part of the community. And let's get into this. So I'm going to start with my number one. Like, this one to me is my go-to for the summer. I've been enjoying it so much. I especially love it whenever I get out of the shower. For whatever reason, it's just like so amazing. I'm addicted to it. I think it's sexy, and it's Wave Child by Room 1015. This was definitely the highlight release for me for the summer. I just think it's spectacular. So the watermelon is just absolutely divine. Like, it's perfectly refreshing watermelon, refreshing sweet watermelon. Sometimes watermelon can smell a little bit off. It can smell a little bit sour. There's all sorts of different types of watermelon. This is like watermelon perfection. When that watermelon is sweet and delicious and juicy and you just can't get enough, that's the watermelon that's in here. Now, interestingly, this has orange and lemon in the opening. I don't really smell any orange or lemon. I just smell delicious, mouth-watering watermelon. There's coconut in here, and then in the base you have ambergris, cacao, and amberwood. What I get is a little bit of that cacao. So I get cacao and coconut mixed with the watermelon. It's not uber coconutty, so I do notice it, but it comes across more like a warmth. It reminds me of the same coconut that I notice in Still Life in Rio. The coconut mixed with the rum gives it kind of a warmth, even though it's a freshie. This one, the watermelon is definitely the star of the show, but then you get this little bit of warmth that comes from the cacao and the coconut that keeps this from being sweet, too sweet, or juvenile. This is totally not juvenile. This is a sexy, grown woman, juicy watermelon fragrance, and I love it. Like, seriously, I can't get enough of this one. Like, I love wearing it. It's fun to wear. It's great in the heat. I'll be sad. To me, because it's watermelon, I associate it more with spring and summer. But honestly, it's sexy enough. I can see wearing this all year round, but it wouldn't feel the same because in the cooler weather, you don't think watermelon. But it is honestly such an amazing fragrance. Longevity is moderate, so you get about 5-6 hours out of it. Great projection. Somehow this makes watermelon sexy, and I absolutely love it. So this is absolutely 10 out of 10 head turner, big time. Now, another total head turner, like, it is a showstopper, man, is Idole Nectar. Whenever I wear this, I get compliments. It's so beautiful. It's very rosy. So you get that Idole Nectar rose in here, but then this has caramel and popcorn mixed in and lots of vanilla. So in the dry down, it just keeps getting more and more kind of celebratory and jubilant. This has excellent projection, so you're going to be smelled. It's got a beautiful kind of trail, so you're going to be noticed even when you're gone, people are going to smell you. And I just think it's absolutely beautiful. There's never a time that I don't put this on that I don't get a compliment. So love this fragrance. So the next fragrance that I think is a total head turner, this is actually geared towards males, and it is called Smell Like a King by Experimental Perfume Club. Now, this fragrance, to me, although it's marketed towards men, and I believe it was made in honor, it's a limited edition, it was made in honor of the coronation of King Charles. This fragrance is it's so smooth. It's so smooth, and it's so sensual, and it's just amazing. I absolutely love this. Now, this to me is in the same sort of genre as Sable Gris, but you can wear this all year round. So this works in the heat as well as any time of year, whereas Sable Gris would be too heavy for me for the heat. But this one totally works in the heat. This one is very unisex, maybe leaning masculine. I don't think so. So I was shocked that they made this marketed to male fragrance. It's very woody. It smells very, very smooth. It's in the same kind of genre as something like BDK Gris Charnel. So anything of that nature that's kind of almost tea-like, a little bit woody, a little bit, not smoky, but almost foggy feeling, gray. It gives me the vibe of a gray or a taupe somehow. So the notes in Smell Like a King are wormwood, cypriol oil, atlas cedar, Virginia cedar, patchouli, tobacco, spicy notes, and herbal notes. I seriously feel so sexy when I put this on. I think of a white blouse, kind of open a little bit lower than maybe you should have it, some gold chains on, maybe a bit of a baggy jean or a trouser, but like casual elegance is what I get out of this. So it smells very elegant, sophisticated. It's uber sexy. I just love it. I just think it's phenomenal. If you're a male, you need to have this. Like, this is a sexy fragrance that women are going to definitely gravitate towards. If you're the girl that kind of wants to be like the cool chick, this gives me that vibe of the cool chick vibe, where she's just a little bit different. She beats to her own drum, does her own thing. That's this fragrance. It's so, so good. I definitely get the wood in there. I get the tobacco. I get the herbal aspect. I don't get too much patchouli. And to me, this is just very, very smooth. So it gives me the same vibe as a tea fragrance, but just way richer. So, I love it. Next fragrance that is a total head turner is L'Eau d'Issy Rose and Rose by Issey Miyaki. Now this one is rather affordable. I think it's amazing. So this gives you that kind of musky vibe that you get from L'Eau d'Issy. L'Eau d'Issy is quite aquatic, but this one adds lots of rose and a jammy, delicious raspberry. There's lots of other notes in there, but what this gives me a feel of is like a peony or a fresh, bright kind of jammy rose. So quite a candy-esque rose smell paired with delicious raspberry. There is pear in here as well, but I get the raspberry. So it makes this jammy rose, but it smells very airy, fresh, and a little bit musky, even though I don't think there's musk in this. So I love wearing this. I find the projection is excellent. The longevity is about 5 hours, and I believe this is an EDT. Actually, this isn't an EDT. This is actually considered eau de parfum intense. So that shocks me. The longevity is about 5-6 hours out of this one. Great projection, and it's just fun to wear. I like this better than the original L'Eau d'Issy because I love that component of rose and jam. It's fresh, fun, flirty, and this is one that definitely garners compliments because it has such an excellent projection. It's really fun to wear, great in spring and summer, and never gets too heavy, but definitely is kind of vibrant and flirty and celebratory. It reminds me of the Idole Nectar from the perspective of they're both rose fragrances. They're both kind of celebratory and jammy. This one's just a little bit sweeter, has a little bit more of that raspberry with a little bit more muskiness in, but both of them are just energetic, fun to wear, and get you compliments. Last fragrance is one that I just have a little decant of, and I am in love with this, and it is Khair Pistachio by Paris Corner. This is an inspired version of Kayali's Yum Pistachio. I'm in love with this. Like, at first, all I could smell was bug spray, and then all of a sudden it morphed and I get this sweet, fresh pistachio fragrance. So it definitely is fresh in the opening. So I get that bergamot. I get the bergamot in the opening for sure, but this has pistachio. It's got ice cream, hazelnut, cardamom, rum, pear, raspberry, jasmine, peony, white peach, geranium, whipped cream, marshmallow, cotton candy, tonka bean, and cedar. Seriously, this is so scrumptious. It's fun to wear, and I actually find that Khair Pistachio lasts a decent amount of time, like a good 6 hours. I keep getting whiffs throughout the day, and it definitely projects. So I love this fragrance. I'm so happy to have this. I'm definitely getting a full bottle, and yeah, I'm absolutely addicted to this. Thus the decant is pretty much God. I've got to get more. Like, seriously, I love it. And that is it. Those are my 10 out of 10 head turners. I'm just in love with these fragrances, and definitely the one that I'm most enamored by currently is Wave Child because it is so new, and I love it. But all of these fragrances I'm just addicted to. I keep sniffing them. I go back and I sniff them just for fun. I love them, all of them. They're all fantastic fragrances. The one that is the most different out of all of these would be Smell Like a King, because it does have a little bit more of a masculine or unisex edge. But it's so nice to have a fragrance that's a little bit more woody, a little more understated, a little bit more tobacco or elegant or unisex, if you will, that works in the heat. Like I was missing all my fall fragrances, so that this gives me that fall type vibe. It's not like happy-go-lucky. This one's a little bit more moody, a little more sensual, but it works in the heat as well. So love this. What about you? What are your 10 out of 10 head turners currently? Leave them in the comments. I would love to know. And other than that, have an amazing week, and we'll talk to you soon.